Hello and welcome to Modern Maths. We're going through the Foundation Paper 3 from 2023. This is the second video. This is question 12 to 23. Have a look back at question 1 to 11 if you want to go through the paper in full. Okay, question 12 says a chess match lasts 3¼ hours and it finished at 2:10. So if I go back 3 hours, I'd get 11:10, and then 15 minutes, I'd get 10:55. So 10:55 would be the answers. That's minus 3 hours and that's minus the quarter. Nice 2-mark question there. Question 13, we've got to simplify 8h cubed plus 14h cubed minus 2h cubed. So I'm really collecting like terms here. 8 and 14 minus 2. 8 plus 14 is 22 minus 2 is 20. So I've got 20h cubed. Part B, 9y plus 12y divided by 3. I'm going to collect those together. We get 21y over 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7y. So that's my answer. Therefore, 1 mark. Question 14, write the following numbers in order of size. Start with the smallest number. I find this easiest to get them all into decimals. So I'm going to leave that at 0.56. Divide that by 100, get 0.57. Leave that 0.558. So I'm now going to turn 7. It is a calculator paper. 0.588, 0.5833 recurring. And 6 divided by 11, 6 divided by 11, 6 divided by 11, 0.5454, 0.5454 repeating. Okay, so the smallest one there would be that. So I'm going to start with 6/11. Then I'm going to get up to 0.558. That's that one there. Then 0.56. Trying to keep them in their original form. Then 57%, and then the biggest one being 0.5833, or as it was at the start, 7/11. Okay, as I say, I find it easiest to get them all into decimals, then I can compare them. So it's a good fraction decimal percentage question, and then get them back into their order of which one was smallest and then which was biggest. Okay, so that's 3 marks, 3 questions done there. Let's move on to a frequency tree question here. Travel agent sold 100 holidays. Each of these holidays were in the UK or abroad. 64 of the 100 were sold to families, so I can put that in there. The rest of the holidays were sold to couples. So I'll use my calculator because it's here. 100 minus 64, I'll get 36. That goes there. 11 of the 18 holidays were sold to couples of the holidays abroad. So I don't actually write 18 in this at all. I just know that those two add up to 18. And 11 of them were sold to couples. So I go down to couples and I put 11 there, meaning 7 must go there. And now I'm going to do some subtraction to figure out the rest. So 64 minus 7 will be 57 there. And 36 minus 11 will give me 25, because those two must add up to that, those two add up to that, and so forth. Okay, and they've given you that extra little bit of information there, that 18, which we needed to solve that, but it doesn't actually fit into any of those numbers there. Now we can use this for a probability question. One of the holidays sold to a family, so it's a conditional question. It's chosen at random. Find the probability that this holiday was not abroad. So the denominator is going to be from the families, so going to be 64. And not abroad means UK, so 57. So we should have 57 over 64 there. Okay, let's move on to an algebra question here. Equations, x over 7 plus 9 equal to 4. Use the balance method to collect all the like terms, opposite operation. So I'm going to subtract 9 on both sides, get minus 5. Now I'm going to multiply through by 7. X equals minus 35. I'll write it again there. Okay. 2 marks there. So think about your balance method, think about opposite operations to both sides. A nice equation question there. Right, problem solving, word problems here. A money question. Blake works 32 hours in the UK and he earns 473.28 per week. He applies for a job in Australia. The rate of pay is Australian dollars 26.40. There's an exchange rate, and he thinks the rate of pay in Australia is greater than that in the UK. So let's work out what the hourly rate he gets in the UK is. I'm going to do 473.28 divided by 32. So the UK hourly is £14.79. Then we can convert that Australian one into pounds. So I'm going to do 26.40. I'm going to divide by 1.796 using that exchange rate. So 26.40 divide by 1.796. And I get 14.6999 and so on, which would be 14.70 using the exchange rate. So the answer is no, Blake is wrong. You would get more in the UK. Okay, a nice 3-mark word problem there. Question 18 now. We have this compound shape. We have 6 there, 3.8 there, 14 there, and W, the unknown there. The area of the rectangle is 3.5 times, I'll do the area of the rectangle, 3.5 times the area of the triangle. I've got to work out W. So let's work out the area of the triangle first. They say there's one line of symmetry, so that must be 3.8 as well. So I'm going to do 14 minus twice 3.8 to work out that base of the triangle. 14 minus twice 3.8 gives me 6.4. Now I'm going to work out the area of the triangle to be 1/2 times 6.4 times 6. So 6.4 times 6 times 0.5, I get 19.2 centimeters squared. So the area of the rectangle is now going to be 3.5 times that, which is going to give me, using my calculator, 67.2. Now I can work out W must be 67.2 divided by 14. So divide that by 14 and I get 4.8. 4.8 centimeters. Okay, a nice area, compound shape, problem-solving question there. Okay, yeah, the area of the rectangle is 3.5 times that of the triangle. I work out the base of the triangle, and then I use that for the area of the triangle, then I can use that for the area of the rectangle, and then I can work out what W is. Right, the front elevation of a cuboid is shown on the centimeter grid here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 by 2, 4, 6, 8. And it says the volume of the cuboid is 224. I'm going to draw the plan of the cuboid. Right, so I know that 4 times 8 is 32. So that front is 32. Now it must be uniform, so 224 divided by 32, using my calculator, would be 7. So I need a shape that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 7 by 2, 4, 6, 8 centimeter. Use a ruler preferably, a bit better than mine there. So that's 7 by 8 centimeters there. And then if we did 32 times 56, that would give us a bigger shape. That would be 56, and if I timed that by 4, 56 times 4 to give me back to, 224. Okay, because we just need 3 lengths for that volume. Right, that's moving us on to question 20, which is standard form. Right, 468,000 in standard form. Remember, you put the decimal point after that first significant figure and multiply that by powers of 10. It'll be to the 5, because I know that 10 to the 6 is 1,000,000 and 10 cubed is 1,000, so I can work out that's to the 5. Then here, 5.037 times 10 to the minus 4. I need to have 4 zeros, because I've divided by 10, by 100, by 1,000, and then by 10,000, 5037. Okay, just think about how many place values you've moved, the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is a biased spinner, and the table shows the probabilities of A, B, C, or D. We've got 0.4, 0.21, 0.32, 0.07. Luca will spin the spinner 200 times, so we're going to work out the number of times it'll land on A. So 200 times 0.4. Good calculator question. 200 times 0.4. And we estimate 80 times landing on A. Question 22. Sergio works at a weather station. Table gives information about the temperature of 50 cities. So I know that is 50. That's an important one we need to know. Got to work out, estimate for the mean temperature. We need to have a midpoint, and then we need to do the frequency times the midpoint. So the midpoint is going to be 12.5, 17.5, 22.5, 27.5, and 32.5. Now we're going to use our calculator to work those all out. And I'm going to do them at the same time so I can add them up as I go. 12.5 times 2, actually I'll decide not to. I'll do, just to show the full table that you need, 17.5 times 8, 140, 13 times 22.5, 292.5, and 21 times 27.5, 577.5, 32.5 times 6 is 21. And then I would sum all those. So we'd sum the frequencies, and we sum the frequency times the midpoint. And we should get a total of an estimate of the total there. So I get 1056. And then what you do is you sum the frequency times the midpoint over the sum of the frequencies. So 1056. And even if I made a mistake somewhere, I get 21.12. I think, let me just add that up correctly. I'm going to try that again because I might have made a mistake. I'm actually going to do it all at one step. I'm going to do 12.5 times 2 plus 17.5 times 8 plus 13 times 22.5 plus 21 times 7.5 plus 6 times 32.5. Yeah, well, I know I'd made a mistake there. 1230. So it's 1230 over 50. Just correcting that. And I divide that by 50. And I get 24.6. Okay, so just be careful. But as I know, if I'd set them all up, you should get some method marks there. So the correct one there is 24.6. That's an estimate for the mean. Roughly there. Right. Sergio says the median temperature is 22.5 because 22.5 is the middle number in the middle group. Now we can see that's actually the mode. But for this group data, the median, you'd have to add the frequencies. And we get 10 there and we get 23 there. So the 25th is actually in the 25 to 30 group, so it would actually be 27.5. So no is the answer there. You have to add the frequencies, and as I say, you had 2 there, you had 10 there, you had 23 there, so the 25th one is actually falling into this category, which would make 27.5. So the mean falls into this category, but the mode and median in this category here. Okay, last question for this video. Follow on for the next one. We'll do the next last few questions in another video. Jenna's asked to show the inequality minus 3 less than x less than equal to 4. On the line, write down 2 mistakes. Well, the first mistake is there. Minus 3 should have an open circle, so that should have been extended to there. And 4 should be a solid colored in like that. So that's the other mistake there. And then work out the greatest integer that satisfies this inequality. Solve it like an equation, 5y minus 7 less than 16. As long as I'm dividing by -1, 5y is less than 23. So y must be less than 23 over 5. Because I got a calculator, I'll use it. 23 divided by 5 is 4.6. So y must be less than 4.6. So the greatest integer will be 4. There we go. That's questions 12 to 23. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Look out for the other videos about this exam series, and good luck for your exams.